Hello and welcome back to Growers Farm. It is the 23rd of May and we're planting potatoes today. So I've just finished tipping some of the potatoes from our trailer. So we have a full trailer here of potatoes. If I can jump up the ladder here and show you. There we go. So full trailer of potatoes here. We're actually we've used a third of it. We've got it hooked up to this grimy conveyor belt here, which we can then load into our potato planter here, which we've got attached to our 8560. And yeah, we're going to be doing field 3 today. So let's jump in. Start her up. And away we go. So we want to leave a good amount of space at the side of the field here. Basically, we need to leave enough space for all of our stuff to turn around. So we're going to come in to about this point here. And actually what we're going to do is we want 4 to 5 rows along the edge here. Now we want to keep these straight, so we've got a bit of an odd shape on the side of the field here. So we're gonna sort of just position ourselves at the bottom here. We need to leave enough space for everything to turn around, and we're gonna go along the sides of the field, so it's all good. We will turn on our seeder here. There we go. Push it down. And yeah, now the plan is to do sort of 5-6 rows along here. I think we've got not a massive width, so we want to give it a good set of rows along the side here. We're not going to go right up to the edge here. You can see that we've got a little bit of a weirdness here. We want to keep things basically as straight as possible. We could go up to the edge here because we're leaving quite a bit of field, but we want to make it as easy as possible for our contractors to do this field. So it's a bit of an odd shaped field. It's not too bad. Mark is in the next field along. He's currently doing wheat, so he's working on that at the moment. But as you can see, yeah, nice straight rows here. That will keep things good. And then it's just a case of leaving enough space at these ends so that we can do the turns in the corner. And yeah, so this is basically it. It's making sure that we maximize our planting. So down with our trailer and down with our planter, and away we go. So as I said, we're going to do sort of 4 or 5 rows here where they're going to leave a row, slightly more than a row's worth of space, and then which basically gives us the ability to get around the field. And then once we've done that, we just continue across the field, and we're planting this direction because this keeps things nice and easy with going across the slope. It means that nobody gets stuck when trying to harvest any of this stuff, which is really good for us from that point of view. And as you can see, when we just go back to our trailer and our tractor and refill when we run out. So yeah, I'm going to continue on doing this for a bit, and when we finish this, I will show you the process we have for refilling our planter. So we've done 5 rows for the headland here, and we've now left a row. We've left a space, and we're now putting in our 6th row. We've got about half of our tank left, which is great. We're not getting through the potatoes too quickly, as was worrying me. Our trailer should give us enough potatoes for the field, I think. If we have to go and pick up some more, we do have some boxes down at the farm that we've kept over from last year as seeding potatoes from last year's crop, which is one of the reasons why we do it. It's a great way for us to do that. But normally we end up taking a trailer full or two from the contractor and just storing that in our yard. Otherwise, it's just a case of holding them, boxing them up. Well, yeah, that's the way we do it. The contractor comes in with their harvester. They have we then help them to unload the harvester and keep it going. It comes back to the yard where we box up all the potatoes for storage until they're ready to be sold, in which case we then put them onto a flatbed and take them. There are sort of special flatbed trailers that we can easily move them onto, and yeah, take them to be sold. And it's a really great way. It means that we get to do potatoes and do this on here without a huge expense to us of a harvester. Of course, we don't get quite as much as we would per year off here because the contractor does take some money in order to do the harvesting for us. But at the end of the day, it's not a massive issue because, as I said, we don't end up paying massive amounts to have a harvester on the farm. And you know, we're not a massive farm, and but potatoes have changed a lot in the last few years. And when you're only doing, we only do one field of potatoes a year like this, so it just doesn't warrant having such a big, expensive piece of equipment. It's about twice the cost of the combine that we're going to have on this on the farm, or nearly twice the cost of the combine, which is just not feasible for us. Not something that we're not looking to have a single piece of equipment on the farm for a single field like that. Just doesn't really make sense to me, that. We're coming to the end of our first batch of potatoes. We are nearly a quarter of the way through the field, which is good. It means that we shouldn't need to refill with much from our trailer, or we shouldn't need to go and get many potatoes from down the yard when we are down there. And the potatoes are going in nicely, which is absolutely fantastic. We are down. I'm hoping... No, we're not quite going to make it to the end of this row. So, there we go. We are out of potatoes. Let's take this over to here. And yeah, we can refill. So, we all set up to refill with this. Basically, we are going to drop this down. So, we'll turn it off. We just back it under our... the conveyor. Oh, in it goes, like so. So that is going into there well, and then in order to get the rest off the conveyor, turn the tractor on, tip it up, and then that keeps tipping the potatoes in. And as you can see, in they go onto the conveyor and into the back. Now we do need to keep doing this so that they keep making it in there. We're keeping an eye on or trying to work out exactly how much we need, and just keep. There we go. That should be, because we had to be careful how much we put on that. So we'll turn this off now, because that should do it. Yeah, we are all full. And all good here. So there we are. That gets us up and running again. And it's just a really efficient way of doing potatoes. It means that we are not too far from having some to load in and to seed. And at the same time, it just means that we have a lot of the field at once. And as you can see, it just keeps us going really well. Just keeps us moving on this field. Which with potatoes are a job that can be fairly time consuming. Especially with a seeder of this sort of size. So yeah, I like to keep going. And we're normally able to plant this field in a day using this method. It works pretty well for us, this, to be honest. Right, so there's a line up here, and yeah, we will just crack on with doing this, and hopefully, as I said, get this field done today. We are getting fairly late in the season for doing this, so yeah, if we don't finish this today, I'm looking to finish this in the next couple of days. And then we start getting into the summer stuff when we start making, start looking at trying to make some hay, and we get into calving season and things like that. So yeah, getting the seeding and stuff out of this, out of the way here before we have the busy time with our animals is kind of paramount, really. I'm down to just over 25% of this set of potatoes. We are approaching the middle of the field, and you can see we're making really good progress here. I'm quite pleased with how this is going. The potatoes are going in quite nicely. It is a video that's very much dominated by this today, I think. We may see if we can have a look at our animals later on in the day. As we get close, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get this trailer done, or we're going to get as far into this field today as we can. The progress is maybe not as fast as I would like, but we do have a few days still to finish this job, to get this done. So getting our potatoes in here today, all in today, is not a massive priority. It may take us a couple of days to get this planted. But as I said, we are doing it the most efficient way we can on the farm. That trailer set up like that and tipping onto the conveyor is something that I've seen many farms adopting recently. It just seems a really efficient way of doing it. You've got a whole pile of potatoes at the field. They are already there and waiting to load into your seeder. You're not then running back to the farm or having to turn boxes all the time. You've just got this trailer that you can really easily and quickly load into your planter. And just keeps us going, just keeps the whole thing moving and keeps everything really efficient. As you can see, you know, we are in a position where we're not doing too badly. It is mid-afternoon. Well, it's coming up to mid-afternoon. It's just sort of the end of lunchtime. It's coming up to 2 in the afternoon, to be exact. We will go on this for probably about another 4 to 6 hours. We won't go much beyond 8 PM in the evening in doing this. And as I said, we do need to go and check on the animals. I did do some clean out and things like that this morning, but it's always worth checking on their water levels and their feed levels and everything before we end the day, because you know we have happy animals, and they stay happy and healthy animals means that we do well on the farm with them. So yeah. it's always worth checking on them. And that kind of makes things as busy as they are on the farm. Trying to do this mixed arable and animal husbandry setup is can be quite difficult at times. But yeah, that's the life we lead here. It's a good area of the world to do both in the lowlands of Scotland here. So yeah, we do both, and it means we diversify our income on the farm, which is always a good thing. If milk prices are bad, then we are in a position where we've got the potatoes and the crops and things to perk us up and to fill that hole. So yeah, it's all about diversification and making sure that we have the most we can from this. Probably should have filled up my my cedar on this last run, because I'm not sure we've got enough potatoes to make it through here. We're also not quite halfway through the field, unfortunately, which does tell me that this whole trailer is not going to do the whole field, unfortunately. Kind of makes me think that we should again look at getting a slightly larger trailer. Might make sense, but at the moment, yeah, again, until the combine arrives and I can fully check it pre-harvest, then I'm not too concerned about it. We should do okay, and we have run out of potatoes. So let's turn off our cedar, and yeah, we're gonna go and refill this for the second time. And yeah, we're not quite halfway through the field, unfortunately, and we got the headlands to do, of course, as well. So yeah, this trailer is not going to do all of this. So I'll reverse this up to here, and then we'll go and tip our trailer. It should offload the stuff on the conveyor into this. Right. And there we go. So that's loading in to start with. So we'll head down to our tractor here and start her up. And tip it. There we go. Sometimes the conveyor belt, sometimes we push away from the conveyor belt because the back of the trailer catches it. But we should be alright. That is all going in. We've still got quite a few potatoes in here. In fact, yeah, there we go. That is everything. So we'll turn this off. That will come back down. Yeah, nice and full there, and we should be full here, which we are. So that's actually good. That's actually really good. We've got, yeah, just under half of our trailer full. So we may actually have more than I expected. Yeah, we got maybe 5. Yeah, in fact, yes, that's really good. So we're less than 3/5 of the way through our stock of potatoes, and we are more than 3/5 of the way through this field. So that means we should be in a position where we end up making a good should be able to seed this whole field from this trailer. That actually surprises me a bit. I thought we were worse off than we are. I have, of course, completely forgotten that I'd started this row over to the right. So we'll have to finish that off and then come and reverse up and finish this row off. But yeah, at the moment this is running very, very smoothly, and I am so very pleased with it. So it's 5:10 in the evening. We have about 400 litres of potatoes left, which is about 14% of our the capacity of our cedar. So what I'm going to do is we're actually in a pretty good place with this. As I said, another day's worth of planting and we should be all right. I was hoping to get it all done today. Turns out that that's not going to be the case. And as a result, we are in a position where we kind of need to go and have a look at our animals and finish this. So what I'm going to do is we don't need this tractor back at the yard. We do need our two-wheel drive Ford. So we're going to detach the trailer off that, park this at the edge of the field, and take the two-wheel drive Ford back. We're going to clean out the animals. We'll maybe sort a little bit of feed for them, but yeah, that will all be good. We don't have enough potatoes to do another run now, so we're going to leave what we've got in the seeder here and pick it up later. What I might do is I might come back out here after I've sorted the animals and do some more later. For now though, I think what we're going to do is just turn this off here, and then we can just detach the hoses from this, detach that, and then we can take this back to the yard. Didn't need to take, I don't know why I took the front loader off this to do this job this morning. Didn't make much sense. There's Mark. He's currently seeding barley in the field next to us, so he's having a go with that. We've got a couple more fields to get seeded. So these are going to be seeded over the next couple of days. In fact, I think it is just field 5 here that still needs doing. So he will be working on that over the next couple of days. Probably while I'm finishing off the potatoes, to be honest. And then, yeah, we will be planted for the year. We'll all be set up and raring to go. Yeah, we've got a little bit of cleanup to do around our cattle here and around our sheep, so we're going to go and do that. Let's come in here, and we want to get the bucket on, which I think is still attached to our front loader, which is good. So two birds with one stone, so to speak. Let's connect that up. There we are. And that is all on there. Perfect. So nice and quick connection. And we can just go in and clear this up. So yeah, we're going to clear the animals. Don't want to catch the floor too much. There we go. There we go. That has sorted the cows out. Although we want to pop out quickly and pop through here. Just top their water up, because it's not looking too low, but it could do with a little bit of a top up. There we go. That will shut off when the stopcock gets there. We need to clear out that manure actually as well. That is quite a pile of manure they've got in there. So I'll head around and do that, because that's a fairly time-consuming job. So I need to pop in and sort that. We're going to sort our sheep though, and that will be good as well. So they're down the side here. I actually need to shut the doors on this shed. This shed is a fairly horrible one. At some point I'm going to have to look, I think, at putting a roller door on that, because it's just a really hard shed to get anything in and out of. We currently use it for storing our seeders, but yeah, it's getting them around that corner and in there is a real pain. There we go. Don't want any sheep escaping. And again, we'll give them a quick clean up. Looks like Mark is about to come back and refill his seeder. So, yeah, he'll be back in a minute. There we go. if we get all that. It's amazing how much mess a little bit of grass makes. But that's all good. And same thing here. So, do this and like so. And fill up our water. And have happy sheep. Who hopefully should produce a little bit more wool. There we go. And then we'll take this back to the yard. In fact, this is probably a good place for me to end the vlog for today. So, yeah. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this vlog. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for the latest videos from the farm, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.